when it comes to these changes, the limits on visits being lifted just for Monday, you have family members, loved ones elated by this news. How are you feeling about it?
Good afternoon, Claudia. Well, I think we welcome the fact that we can have unrestricted numbers of visitors through, because I think relatives and their loved ones have waited too long. But I just would add a word of caution is we've experiencing care homes have experiencing their greatest staff shortage for many decades, and we have to do it gradually because we want to help, but actually we've got to make sure that we can still keep residents and staff safe. So it's a cautionary approach, but we do generally welcome it.
So when you say you want to take a gradual approach to this, so if somebody from your care home, a family member, says they want to come in on Monday to see their loved one, what would you say to them?
Well, I would say yes, we do want to open up, but I think many homes across the country will say actually at the beginning, it's not possible for everybody to see everybody they wish all on Monday. So it's about making an appointment, because obviously people coming in still have to have the negative lateral flow test. They still have to wear a mask when they come in. So we've got to make sure we can accommodate it safely. So we're asking people to come, but actually make an appointment. And I'm hoping in not too long in the future, we'll be able to have unrestricted visiting without appointments, but we have got to gradually build this up, because as I say, we can't have everybody visiting everybody on one day. It would just make it impossible to make it safe for everybody, and that's the critical bit. But we welcome the visiting, certainly do, and it couldn't come quick enough, really.
Right, this is precisely what the Health Secretary says, that there is available unlimited visits for loved ones, for people in care homes. So how can you justify turning around to people, and indeed the care home providers that you represent, potentially turning them down? If you're saying there are measures in place that people need to follow, these measures are reduced actually. Instead of taking PCR tests, people now have to take lateral flow tests, all of this making it easier.
Yes, we welcome that, but I do say to the Secretary of State, as we've been warning him for many, many months, is we're experiencing very short staff supplies, and we have to allow visiting, but it has to be safe for everybody. So we're not saying we want to restrict it. We're saying that we want to just manage it carefully at the beginning and hopefully open it up more and more. But I can't stress enough how difficult it is at the minute staffing. Some homes can't actually manage to provide the care that they need to in the future because we're very short, and many things have impacted upon that. But generally speaking, we want to welcome this. We've got to keep people safe. Unfortunately, the responsibility comes on the homeowner to make sure it's done safely. And we're between a rock and a hard place. We can't please everybody. That's the issue. We've got insurance to worry about. We've got public health. We look at us in terms of making sure I've got infection control right. Many people breathing down their necks. But I just stress, we want the visitors in, we want loved ones reunited because it's important for their mental health. We're doing our best.
Definitely. We appreciate it can be incredibly difficult. However, the centre of everything you're supposed to do is to provide care to the elderly,
Yes.
Provide care to the vulnerable, and that includes giving them access to family members. We spoke to one lady who lost her mother in a care home, unable to see her, only able to do video calls. We've been in the pandemic for nearly 2 years now. Surely you should have things in place to make sure something like that never happens again.
Yeah, well, I think many providers have provided visits for people electronically, window visits, and where possible, safely face-to-face. But I would say this very much, it's not just this government. Unfortunately, social care has been a Cinderella service for decades. And unfortunately, the pandemic has shown just how poor the system is. We have to change it for the future. I just want this government to actually bring some reforms in to make it a better place in the future. We've done our utmost best, and people, care staff in the front line, have put themselves in harm's way on a par with the NHS, and they need praise. But we want to help the clients, we want to help everybody, but it's been very, very tough.
Okay, Mike Padgham, Chair of the Independent Care Group, good talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you.